Welcome to this explainer. Okay, picture this. You're an entrepreneur. You're standing right outside a boardroom door, or maybe in the wings of a massive stage. In just a few minutes, you're going to pitch your groundbreaking idea to a room packed with investors. Your palms are completely sweaty. Your heart is literally pounding out of your chest. So how do you guarantee they won't just politely listen, but actually buy into your vision? Well, in this masterclass, we're tapping into the legendary presentation secrets of Steve Jobs to completely transform your pitch from a snooze-fest slide deck into a truly unforgettable theatrical event. Because listen, here's the fundamental truth we've got to establish right out of the gate. You're not just selling products or software or hardware. No, you are selling dreams. You are selling a better future.
And that brings us to this incredibly poignant quote from Gregory Burns. He hits on a pretty harsh reality here. Your groundbreaking product, that revolutionary app, your brilliant piece of engineering, honestly, none of it is useful if you can't communicate its value effectively to those investors. You could literally have the single most novel idea on the planet, but if you cannot generate genuine excitement and convince other people to join your crusade, your idea simply doesn't matter. The pitch is everything.
So here is your Pitch Masterclass roadmap for today. We're breaking it down into 3 parts. Act 1, create the story. Act 2, deliver the experience. And Act 3, refine and rehearse. Let's get right into it.
But wait, before we even open our presentation software to start building that structure, you have to realize there is one and only one question echoing in every single investor's mind. And that question is, why should I care? Seriously, it's not about you, and honestly, it's not really about your product yet either. It is 100% about them. If you launch into some dry, boring explanation of your company's background, or start rattling off technical specs without answering this crucial question right out of the gate, man, your audience is going to dismiss you instantly. You absolutely must connect the dots for them immediately. Which brings us to Act 1, create the story. This is all about building your foundational narrative. Okay, so think about your favorite movie. Every great story needs a villain, right? Well, for your pitch, this means highlighting the current pain points or those incredibly frustrating alternatives that are currently out there in the market. Just think about how Steve Jobs introduced the original iMac. He didn't just walk out and show a computer. No, he pointed out that current PCs were slow, they were incredibly hard to use, and as he famously put it, they were just ugly. You've got to introduce an antagonist to rally your investors around a shared problem. Give them a villain to root against. And by setting up this crystal clear contrast, you're introducing your product not just as a piece of hardware or some lines of code, but as the conquering hero swooping in to save the day. It's the most classic storytelling device in the book, problem plus solution. When you establish that villain clearly, the arrival of your hero, your product, it feels necessary, it feels triumphant, and it's incredibly exciting. It completely shifts the entire dynamic of your pitch. Now, here's a fun fact. Human brains absolutely love items in threes. We just do. It's called the rule of 3. Grouping information this way provides a really clear roadmap while simultaneously building up dramatic tension. When Jobs revealed the iPhone back in 2007, he didn't just walk out and say, hey, here's a new smartphone. Nope. He announced a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. He literally repeated those 3 things over and over until the audience gasped, realizing these 3 revolutionary things were actually just one single device. Grouping your pitch's key benefits into 3s gives your investors a very clear, super easy to follow narrative path. Moving right along to Act 2, deliver the experience. This is where we focus on generating real, palpable excitement. Look, you simply must eliminate dense corporate jargon. If you stand up there and tell investors you're a, quote, premier developer of intelligent semiconductor intellectual property solutions, yeah, their eyes are going to glaze over in about 2 seconds. Instead, you need simple, Twitter-like headlines. Keep it to 140 characters or less. Look at how Apple introduced GarageBand. Their headline, a major new pro music tool. Boom. It's crisp, it's highly memorable, and it gives investors an immediate, easily digestible reason to keep listening.
You've also got to channel everyday, water-cooler language. Use emotionally resonant, really zippy words. I'm talking about words like amazing, incredible, and gorgeous. You know, Aristotle actually said successful speakers must have pathos, a deep passion for their subject. And honestly, if you aren't expressing giddy, authentic enthusiasm about your own product, well, your investors definitely won't either. Please, don't be afraid to sound excited. Passion is incredibly contagious.
Another massive game changer is creating a multi-sensory experience. This completely transforms the energy in a room. When Apple introduced their new aluminum notebook frames, Jobs didn't just lazily click to a picture on a screen. He actually had his team pass the physical, precision-engineered metal frames right around the audience. For 60 whole seconds, he just let the product speak for itself. Letting investors physically touch and feel your innovation, that shatters the invisible barrier between you and the audience. It makes your dream totally tangible. And listen to me on this one. Every single pitch needs a meticulously scripted, emotionally charged climax. You need that big wow moment. It's that one defining instant, like revealing a total surprise feature, or famously pulling a remarkably thin laptop right out of a standard manila office envelope that investors are going to remember long, long after they leave the room. But here's the catch. You have to actively script this climax. It does not just happen by accident. It is a highly designed peak in your theatrical performance that leaves everyone absolutely buzzing. And finally, we arrive at Act 3, refine and rehearse. We are completely shattering the illusion of effortless charisma here. So let's consider the reality behind those iconic casual jeans and the black mock turtleneck. To a casual observer, it just looks like a guy up there naturally chatting about technology. But achieving that level of stage presence, it is actually an incredibly complex, sophisticated blend of sales pitch and live demonstration. It requires literally weeks of grueling practice and incredibly precise orchestration behind the curtain to make it look that effortless on stage. You absolutely must rehearse relentlessly. You cannot just stand there and read off your slides. No way. You have to master your tone. You need to integrate dramatic strategic pauses. Just like Jobs pausing for several agonizing seconds before repeating those 3 features of the iPhone, just to build up that tension. You have to rehearse over and over until your meticulously scripted pitch sounds completely natural and totally conversational. Ultimately, this is exactly what separates the amateurs from the truly extraordinary communicators. All right, I'm going to leave you with this final high-stakes thought. We have given you the playbook today. You know how to create a compelling story with heroes and villains, you know how to deliver a multi-sensory experience, and you know you have to rehearse until it is absolutely flawless. Your idea might be brilliant, but are you finally prepared to step onto that stage, execute this playbook, and actually make history? The investors are waiting. Go sell your dream.